We have a 1999 Dodge Dakota that we're going to go through the steps in order to replace the fuel pump. Before doing any repairs to the fuel system, be sure and bleed the pressure off the system. We'll do this by using our pressure relief valve on our gauge. Be sure and capture this fuel into a safe container. We'll disconnect the negative battery cable before beginning the repair. In order to do a proper fuel pump replacement, we need to clean the inside of the tank, and that will require the removal of the tank. Disconnect the fuel filler hose and vent hose. These are a quick connect style fitting. You can use a light spray lubricant to ease in the removal of the connection. These connections have a collar that you will pull away from the tank in order to disconnect. With the fuel tank properly supported, remove the tank straps. Slightly lower the tank to gain access to the fuel line connection. There will be some residual fuel when disconnecting the fuel lines. Be sure and capture this into a safe container. Remove the emissions line from the top of the tank and the electrical connection. You will need to slide the red safety lock on the electrical connection in order to disconnect. Completely remove the tank from the vehicle, then thoroughly clean the outside of the tank before removing the module assembly. We'll need to remove the fuel line retainer clip from the old module assembly and install the clip into the fuel line fitting for ease of installation. Remove the tank locking ring, turning it counterclockwise. You will need a spanner wrench to do this. These are available at most local parts stores. Note the location of the old module assembly as you take it out of the tank. There's an arrow on the flange that matches up with two hash marks on the top of the tank. As you remove the module assembly from the tank, keep in mind there's a reservoir at the bottom of the module assembly that will hold fuel. Be sure and capture this into a safe container. At this point, we need to drain the remaining fuel into a safe container and then clean the inside of the tank. We want to be sure that the tank is as clean as possible to allow a clean environment for the fuel pump. With the inside of the tank thoroughly cleaned, we're now ready to install the Airtex module assembly. We'll install the tank seal on the module assembly before installing it into the tank. As you lower the module assembly into the tank, be sure to align the arrow on the flange with the hash marks on top of the tank. Without proper orientation, the tank could cause interference with the float arm. With the module positioned into the tank, install a locking ring, turning it clockwise. As you tighten the lock ring, make sure that the fuel pump module stays positioned properly with the tank flange. With the tank partially raised into the vehicle, reconnect the electrical connection, the fuel line, and the emissions line. Before completely raising the tank into the vehicle, reposition the tank shield. With the tank fully in position, reconnect the tank straps. Reconnect the fuel vent hose and filler hose. With the fuel pump installed, reconnect the negative battery cable. Cycle the key 3 to 4 times in order to charge the system. Start the vehicle and monitor pressure, making sure it's within vehicle specifications. Now before we remove our pressure gauge, we'll shut the vehicle off and bleed the pressure using our pressure gauge, making sure to capture any fuel into a safe container.